Have you ever wondered why some people in their early 30s can stop working and live in complete financial freedom, while most of us are still struggling with debt, stressful jobs, and bills that never seem to end? What makes them different? Why can they achieve financial independence before 40, while so many others cannot? The answer is not luck or being born into wealth. It lies in the saving and investing secrets that the wealthy consistently apply. They do not wait until they earn a huge salary before thinking about money management. In fact, the wealthiest people are often those who understand the value of every single pound and know how to make money work for them from a young age. Throughout my journey, I have witnessed many contrasting stories. Some people earn an impressive income, yet never build meaningful savings, simply because their lifestyle expands with their paycheck. In contrast, others with far more modest earnings save intelligently, invest early, and stay disciplined. Within just over a decade, they are able to retire early and live a life of financial freedom. The real difference lies not in income, but in mindset and habits. In this video, I want to share with you 7 powerful saving and investing secrets of the wealthy. These are not complex financial strategies reserved for the elite. Instead, they are practical, simple, and effective principles that you can begin using immediately. If you stick with them, you can completely reshape your financial future. We will explore vital foundations such as living below your means, building an emergency fund, setting up automatic savings, investing early to harness compound growth, diversifying your portfolio, investing in yourself, and finally, creating multiple streams of passive income. These 7 building blocks are essential for anyone who wants to achieve financial independence before 40. Financial freedom is not a distant dream. It is a journey with a clear roadmap. Each secret I share has been proven by the real experiences of those who succeeded. When you apply them, you will see that financial independence before 40 is not only possible, it is entirely within your reach. Remember, you do not need a huge salary to start. You simply need to begin today with what you have, backed by the right mindset and consistency. Wealth does not come by magic. The wealthy become wealthy because they are disciplined with money, they save intelligently, and they invest with strategy. That is what I want to share with you in this video. And here's the most surprising part. The very first step towards wealth and financial independence before 40 is not about making big investments or having large sums of money. It begins with a habit so small it is often overlooked, yet it creates an enormous difference on the journey to financial freedom. Part 1. The Art of Smart Saving. Living below your means. True wealth does not begin with how much you earn, but with how much you are able to keep. This is the very first secret that wealthy people follow to move towards financial freedom before 40. The foundation of saving and investing is not complex. In fact, the starting point is surprisingly simple: living below your means. High income does not guarantee wealth if your expenses grow at the same pace. By keeping their lifestyle modest, the wealthy are able to free up more money for reinvestment. Here's a clear example. One of my friends earns around £2,000 a month, yet at the end of the year, he has virtually no savings because his expenses always rise with his income: an expensive home, a new car, designer clothes, and lavish dinners. Meanwhile, another acquaintance earns less than half that amount, but consistently saves and invests 30% of his income. After a few years, the person with the modest salary has built significant assets, while the high earner is still struggling. Wealthy individuals often follow the 50-30-20 principle. 50% of income goes to essentials, 30% to personal desires, and 20% to savings and investments. This discipline keeps them in control and prevents overspending.
The real secret is not about denying enjoyment, but about knowing the difference between priorities and luxuries. They choose to invest in experiences and assets rather than chasing status symbols. Warren Buffett is the perfect example. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, he still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, drives a modest car, and leads a simple lifestyle. This discipline allowed him to direct more money into investments, steadily building extraordinary wealth. But saving alone is not enough. To truly move towards financial freedom before 40, you also need protection from the unexpected. This is why the wealthy always build an emergency fund. 2. Building an emergency fund. An accident, an illness, or the sudden loss of a job can erase years of financial progress unless you are prepared. This is the second secret of the wealthy. In personal finance, nothing is guaranteed. Unexpected events will happen, and without preparation, they can destroy your financial stability. The wealthy understand that without an emergency fund, you are only one crisis away from debt. That is why they always make it a priority to create a safety net, usually covering 6 to 12 months of essential living expenses. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I saw this principle in action. Friends who had an emergency fund managed to stay secure and maintain their lifestyle, even when their income disappeared for months. Those without one quickly found themselves borrowing, selling assets, or depending on others. An emergency fund is not optional. It is the foundation that allows you to survive before you can even think about building wealth. To create one, first calculate your essential monthly costs, then multiply by 6 or 12 to set a clear target. This money should be kept in an accessible savings account, not invested in risky assets, because its purpose is liquidity and protection. Once the emergency fund is in place, the wealthy do not stop there. They look for ways to make their money grow automatically. That leads us to the next secret: automatic saving. The wealthy do not rely on willpower to save. They turn saving into an automatic habit that cannot be broken. Discipline is at the heart of financial success, but the wealthy know that human willpower is limited. Instead of depending on effort each month, they build systems that do the work for them. The moment their income arrives, a set portion is automatically transferred into savings or investments before they even have the chance to spend it. This principle is often called paying yourself first. It prioritizes your future over your present desires. Most banks and financial apps now offer automatic transfers, which makes the process effortless. This is how the wealthy ensure that their money consistently flows into assets, not into endless consumption. I experienced this myself when I started working. Every month, my bank automatically moved 20% of my salary into a savings account. At first, it felt restrictive, but within a few months, I had adjusted, and I never felt short of money. After a few years, that savings pot grew large enough for me to make my first property investment. That decision transformed my financial journey. Smart saving is the foundation, but to achieve financial freedom before 40, you must step up to the next level: investing. Part 2. How the rich invest. 4. Invest early and consistently. The wealthy do not wait until they are rich to invest. They invest to become rich. This is the next secret on the journey to financial freedom before 40. Starting early is one of the greatest advantages the rich understand. The power of compound interest is the magic tool that transforms small amounts into great wealth over time. Imagine investing just £200 a month from the age of 25, with an average annual return of 10%. By the age of 40, you could have a portfolio worth hundreds of thousands. But if you wait until 35, you would need to contribute double each month and still end up with less. Time matters more than the initial capital. The rich do not wait until they have a large sum to begin. They start small, stay consistent, and let time work in their favor. It is a simple principle, yet one that many overlook because they assume investing requires a fortune. A colleague of mine is proof. He began setting aside just 10% of his salary into index funds in his 20s. By the time he was 40, he could buy a home outright without debt. Meanwhile, others his age, despite higher incomes, still struggled because they lacked patience and a long-term vision. But investing early is only half the story. The question is, where should you invest? That is why the wealthy always focus on diversification. 5. Diversify your portfolio. The poor often put all their eggs in one basket. The rich always spread their wealth across many baskets to protect it. Diversification is a cornerstone of financial security. The wealthy never put all their capital into a single investment. Instead, they spread it across stocks, bonds, property, gold, and even alternative assets. Their goal is not always maximum short-term return, but rather long-term stability. Look at the world's largest investment funds. Their portfolios range from American and European equities to Asian markets, government bonds, real estate, and commodities. When one market falls, another may rise, balancing the portfolio. The rich adopt this principle so they are never exposed to a single point of failure. I once made the mistake of putting nearly all of my money into property. When the market slowed, my cash flow dried up. Later, I learned to balance with index funds and equities, which gave me far more stability. It was a hard but valuable lesson, and one I urge you not to overlook. But diversification is not the ultimate investment. The highest return always comes from something else, yourself. 6. Invest in yourself. There is one investment that pays more than any stock or property. It is the investment you make in yourself. True wealth is not only about money. The rich understand that skills, knowledge, and mindset are the greatest assets. When you invest in yourself, you expand your ability to earn, adapt, and create value in any environment. I have always dedicated at least 10% of my income to learning. Books, courses, seminars. Each skill I acquired became a tool that multiplied my income. Learning about financial technology made me a better investor. Improving communication skills opened doors to new opportunities. These are returns that no stock can deliver in the short term. Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year. Elon Musk taught himself to move from software into aerospace. Both are clear examples that continuous self-investment creates opportunities that money alone cannot buy. And finally, there is one more secret that truly separates the rich from the rest: multiple streams of passive income. Part 3. The mindset of the rich and financial freedom. 7. Multiple streams of passive income. Do you work for money, or does your money work for you? This is the defining question between the average person and the wealthy. The rich never rely on a single source of income. They know jobs can be lost, markets can shift, but passive income ensures lasting freedom. Dividends from shares, rental income, business profits, royalties from books, or even revenue from a YouTube channel or personal blog. All of these form the foundation of financial independence. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, calls passive income the key to financial freedom. When money flows in even as you sleep, you are no longer trading hours for pounds. This is the state the wealthy always strive for. I once created a small stream of passive income through writing ebooks. At first, it only covered minor expenses, but after a few years, as readership grew, it became a meaningful source of cash flow. It showed me that anyone can build passive income with patience and persistence. When you bring all these lessons together, the 7 secrets form a clear roadmap, a path that can take you step by step towards financial freedom before 40.
There is one truth many people do not want to face. Financial freedom does not simply happen. It is not luck, and it is not reserved for a chosen few. It is the result of discipline, of small but consistent choices made every single day. And when you look closely, those who understand the saving and investing habits of the rich always reach financial freedom before 40, sooner or later. We have just explored the 7 most important secrets of the wealthy: living below your means, building an emergency fund, saving automatically, investing early and consistently, harnessing the power of compound interest, diversifying your portfolio, investing in yourself, and building multiple streams of passive income. These are not distant theories. They are practical foundations that anyone can apply to build lasting financial security. If you look around, you will see that most financial failures are not caused by a lack of opportunity, but by a lack of discipline and long-term vision. The poor often spend to look rich today. The wealthy do the opposite. They invest to build assets and ultimately freedom. This difference in mindset is the line between working endlessly and retiring early with peace of mind. I want this to serve as a wake-up call. If you do not start today, time will become your greatest enemy. Every year you delay is a year you lose the power of compounding. Every day you hesitate is a day you drift further from financial freedom before 40. We cannot remain stuck in the cycle of working, spending, debt, and worry. It is time to change. So let me ask you, of these 7 secrets to saving and investing like the rich, which one will you apply to your own life right now? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And remember, no one reaches financial freedom alone. Together, we can build a community that reshapes how we think about money. If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe, like, and share it so more people can discover the secrets the wealthy already know. This channel is here to walk with you on your journey toward financial freedom before 40. In the videos to come, I will reveal even more personal finance strategies rarely shared in public, so you can not only learn how to save and invest, but also how to live a life of true freedom, fulfillment, and purpose. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.